What's going on, PEL? This is Benom81 coming to you with Season 5, Week 17 predictions. Alright, first up we got the Buccaneers and the Falcons. I'm on auto, so this is going to be a win for the Bucs. This is going to get him to 10-6. Alright, so let's look and see what that does for him in this playoff race. He is on the outside looking in as we speak. He's in the NFC. You have the Rams, the number 1 seed right now. The Panthers at 12-4 as the number 2 seed. Giants at 12-4 as the number 3 seed for now. Let's look, see if their conference records, what they look like. Both of them are at 10-2. So then it goes to common opponents, and look at the AFC records, 2-2. It's all the same. So then it's just basically up to Madden, unless they played each other. Then it would come to head-to-head. I guess we need to look and see about that. Giants, Panthers situation here. Let's go to team schedule. And there's Giants right there. Jaguars, Lions, Packers, Titans, Cowboys, Bears, Redskins, Seahawks, Colts, Redskins, Eagles, Saints, Texans, Eagles, Vikings. So no, Panthers did not play the Giants. So that just comes down to however Madden likes to play it. Alright, so the Giants is the 3 seed winning the East. The Vikings is the 4 seed winning the North. Redskins right now 10-5, still have 1 game to play. Are in that first wild card spot, and the Cowboys right now are in that second wild card spot. So the Bucs are going to get 10-6, and they would need the Cowboys to lose to get that second wild card slot. So this could possibly be back-to-back playoff years for the Bucs. Wildebeest's been a great addition to the league. He's what we look for, somebody that sticks it out. You know, he's gotten a lot better. So good job. 10 wins. Thing to behold in the PEL, Wildebeest. Good job. Okay, so Wildebeest still has a pulse, so we're gonna have to look and see about the Redskins and the Cowboys as this week goes along. Next up, we got the Browns and the Bills. The Browns look to close in on home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and they're gonna get the force over the Bills. So I believe that seals it up for him. Let's have a look at the AFC. Yeah, at 14-1, and the Dolphins are at 13-1, and the Texans are at 13-2. We'll have to see who beat them. So yeah, this win 15-1 will lock up home field advantage for Tristan as the defending Super Bowl champion. Come in the playoffs with home field advantage. Good job, Tristan. You are the man nowadays. Remind me a lot of myself. Alright, so next up we got the Broncos and the Jets. Jets are on auto, I think, so force is set away. Next up we got the Ravens and the Saints. So we'll have to see what this does for the Ravens' chances. I guess we need to look and see what happens with the Broncos too, as they're still trying to win the AFC West. We just about skated past that like that didn't matter, but I think it does. Okay, AFC West in particular here. So you have the 9-6 Chargers and the 8-7 Browns. This will get the Broncos to 9-7, which we know that 9-7 is good, but not good enough to get the wild card in the AFC. So, yeah, so big game for the big win for the Broncos, as it will put pressure on the Chargers, depending on who the Chargers play, of course. Okay, so Ravens Saints, that's another win. We should have looked at the Ravens while we were out, but it didn't, and I hit the wrong button. Okay, Ravens, we'll have to see where they are. AFC. Okay, 1 seed Browns, 2 seed Dolphins, 3 seed Texans, 4 seed would be the Chargers. Then the 5th seed would be the Patriots. 6th seed would be the Ravens. So Ravens getting that for us should lock them into the playoffs. So that's pretty much the playoff picture. Ravens look like they're in. League schedule. Yeah. So Ravens getting the win over the Saints pretty much, I think, puts them in. Colts Titans. We'll have to look and see if they can force a tie with the Ravens. I know that AFC South is tough, boy. And all 4 teams in there are hard to handle. Okay, so yeah, the Colts down here. Yeah, so look at that. The Colts are at 9-6, and the Titans are down here at 9-6. They both can get to 10 wins, and tie this thing up. Look at this AFC records here. AFC 7, that would get them to 8-5, and then you have the Colts down here at 8-4, so he could get to, or 7-4, he could get to 8-4. Let's see. Titans are at 6-5, so Titans desperately need this one to hang into that race as the Ravens get that 8th win. So Titans are pretty much out of it. Titans pretty much can't climb up high enough at 9-6. Even though they'd be 10-6, they'd still be a game back in conference play. So they would have to have the head-to-head tiebreaker over all those teams, which is highly unlikely. So all right, next up we got the Jaguars and the Eagles. Looks like the force is set for the away Jaguars there, so we got a win for Jeff to close out the season. Next up we got the Packers and the Lions, as the Packers look to close it out on a good note over the Lions. We'll say this one is, let's see, I don't know, 23-17 Packers over the Lions. Oh man, so remember that scenario where we talked about the Redskins and the Cowboys and how the Bucs needed the Cowboys to lose? Well, here it is. Bucs, wildebeest, you need to be rooting for the Redskins. And Lee has had a great season, but a couple weeks ago I picked Ragjoe to beat Lee because he's just been more consistent, and he's in this position a lot. Always a perennial playoff team. Ragjoe's a really good player. I'm going to take him in this one again. And I'm going to say this one's going to be 24-20 and a close one. And that will get the Cowboys in. And if that happens, the Bucs will get in at that 6th seed. Okay. Chiefs Cardinals playing it out. Looks like it's a home win for the Cardinals over the Chiefs. Panthers and Bengals played a 17-12 game that kind of eliminated the Cincinnati Bengals and kind of preserved Matt's 2 seed there. It's like this was a well played game. No turnovers for Matt, and that looked like that would probably be the difference. Both teams had a little bit on the ground. Both teams had a little bit in the air. Both had 11 first downs. It's a well played game here. 3rd down conversions, just 2 for the Panthers, 3 for a lot of good defense in this one. 4th down conversions, 1 for the Bengals. Time possession a little in Matt's favor there. Look at the stats. Not a whole lot going on here. 83.7 for Weaver at 133 yards. 20 long. 11 for 18, 61%, 7.04 yards throw. Steeman Willie Beeman, 78.7, 222 yards, touchdown, a pick. Had a 60-yard bomb in there. He was 10 for 18, 55%, 12.3 yards throw. Pretty good percentage. Running the ball, Christian McCaffrey had 68 yards. Joe Mixon had 66 yards. Touchdown for McCaffrey. Touchdown for Wadmer. Receiving, John Ross had 7 balls for 172 yards. He must have cost that 51. Yep, 60 yard bomb there. Stephen Diggs, steady as she goes, 4 for 38. Christian McCaffrey, 3 out of the backfield for 36. So he had a pretty good game. Take that 68 plus that 36, and he's over 100 yards against a pretty stout Bengals defense. So not a bad day for Christian McCaffrey. Defense. Any sacks in this one? Yeah, a couple sacks. One for Devin White, and one for Frederick Mundy. Like I said, there was a couple interceptions. Luke Kuechly, big shocker there. And Chris Harris Jr. Not much on the return. 16 yards for Chris Harris Jr. I didn't take it to the house or anything. But, not bad. Good win for Matt as he rolls into the playoffs as a 2 seed. He always says he doesn't like that 2 seed, but, I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to have home field and a bye? Steelers and Raiders. I'll take the Raiders in this game as they close it out. And I'll take the Raiders 21-10. Next up, we got the Seahawks and 49ers. 49ers on auto. It's a win for the Seahawks to close out the season. Dolphins and Texans. Wow. So, the Texans could get back into that 2 seed hole. Let's see who beat the Texans last week. Oh, Titans. Big win for the Titans. Force win. Gotcha. Makes sense. Alright, so the Texans, let's see. Texans at 2 losses could get to 14-2 and take that 2 seed back from the Dolphins if they win. Dolphins can obviously close out at 14-1-1, send the Texans 13-3, and lock in that second playoff slot in that first round bye, home field advantage in at least the first game, depending on what happens with the Browns, of course. If he were to play a lower seed in the AFC Championship game, if he were to win, any team below him, he would play at home too. So that second seed's kind of a big deal. And I hit standings again for some reason because I'm tired. Studied and worked all day. That's why late night PEL playoff look is coming at you. That's why it's all jumbled all over the place and I'm just talking. Alright, so next up we got the Giants and the Vikings. 38-17 beat down for the Giants. That got him to 12-4. Locked in at that 3 slot, looks like. Oh, I meant to hit X. I am definitely tired, guys. Alright, so man, 167 yards, 80 rushing, 87 passing, 8 yards rushing for the Vikings. That's a tough day at the office. Plus these 6 turnovers down here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to win. I mean, that's really all you need to see. 6 turnovers, you ain't gonna win like that. Not a lot of stats for the, Harold Taylor. You ain't got to do much. A couple touchdowns, 51-yard bomb. He's only 4-9. But, I mean, when your defense is getting 6 turnovers, that's Kyle Lurkin at its best, man. He's a very good lurker. Even got the backup in there for a little while. Rushing, Saquon Barkley, 8 for 60. Not too bad. Not too bad. Sony Michel, the Georgia boy. You know that he loves having him on his team. He's going to get him some carries just because. Dalvin Cook 2 for 5. Stanley Nelson 3 yards. Oh, Newton. Receiving, Curtis Samuel had 8 for 167. DJ Moore 5 for 78. Not a lot going on here. Passing game. But let's look at this defense. We'll look at sacks, but then we'll get into what really matters, these interceptions. And the Giants had 2 sacks. Vikings had 2 sacks, but this is where it really counts here. 3 for Ben Pruitt. He plays strong safety. Guaranteed lurking with him. 73 yards on the return. Touchdowns? Yep, he had 2 touchdowns. Definitely Eli Apple had a pick for return too. I mean, definitely a player of the week candidate. I mean, that's just getting it done right there, boys. I mean, you wanna work on something and become a good lurker. It gives you a really good advantage. Leonard Floyd, nightmare from PEL past. Eli Apple, yeah, man, that's That's intense. 5 interceptions. There must have been a fumble in there somewhere. Good one for Kyle. Okay, so Patriots and the Bears. Patriots won 16-0. Well, they had to restart that game apparently. But anyway, 16-0. Let's take a look. Some of the stats. Not a lot. Not a lot of offenses. Negative 10 yards offensive passing yards for the Bears. Yeah, 5 turnovers. That's all you really need to see right there. It's hard to win when you turn the ball over 5 times. 21-22 time possession of the Bears. No wonder the Bears didn't have any yards. They had the ball. 113 yards. He was only 11 of 14. Had a touchdown. Not a lot going on there. Mitchell Trubisky had a 0 quarterback rating. Yeah, Ed probably very frustrated with this game. 13 yards. It was as long, man. That's rough. 6 yards. I mean, there's not a lot going on here. Let's look at the defense. Sacks. 2 for Dante Fowler. 1 for Trevathan. 1 for Gray. So 4 sacks. And of course, 5 interceptions. 3 for Trey Flowers. Did he get to the house? Nope, didn't get to the house. So still like Kyle's guy for player of the week, even though, Trey Flowers had 3 picks. But 1, for Zoom Lincoln, and 1 for Bird. Anyway, good win for the Patriots as he rolls into the playoffs. And Rams Chargers. So we need to look and see what's going on with that West one more time. So we had the Broncos up here getting the win over the Jets. And you got Deontay playing Bugatti. Ooh, Lord. What does this do to the West? I guess we need to go and look and see what happened when the Broncos and the Chargers played. Chargers Broncos. So the Broncos won the first one. I think that was the first one. Yeah, that's the first one. Broncos won both of them. Oh no, I'm sorry. Deontay won the second one. So they split. So then it'll go to division record. All right. So if Bugatti were to beat Deontay, that would force a tie at the AFC West, at the top of the AFC West. They split. So then you would look in a division, it goes to division record. And they're both 4-2. Neither one of them play division opponents. Then we go to conference record. So this is what it's going to boil down to. AFC wins. Deontay finished 6-6. Broncos will finish 6-6. Then you go to common opponents. So let's look and see who they played from the NFC, which is back this way. NFC wins 3-0. And he'll be 3-1 if he were to lose to, and they would all be tied. So this is all about Madden gods here. I have no idea what happens if Deontay loses to the Rams, which I think he will. He hadn't had a chance to build that roster like he likes. Still struggling with the game, even though he's still managing to make the playoffs. But give me the Rams in this game. We're going to say 30-24 and a good game win by the Rams as they roll into the playoffs. It's going to force a tie with the Broncos, and I have no idea what that'll do. I mean, common opponents, when you're down to common opponents being the same, it's really a Madden coin flip. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. I'll catch, we're on 19 minutes and 35 seconds, and I need to go to bed. So good night, guys. I'll holler at you later.